Hi, everybody. We've got our party hats on tonight and our Sherlock Holmes deerstalker hats tonight because this is a special Oscar Awards Ancient Way special. We'll be picking some of our favorite films in a packed field for this year's Oscars, this year's Academy Awards, and we'll bring you some pretty shocking evidence, as always. And tonight it's behind the mysterious origins of the Oscar Statuette. And with me, as always, is Miss Robin.
Hi there.
And our resident investigator, Kathleen Goldstein.
Hi, Joe. Good to be here.
And Kathleen, she always brings the goods. We're never disappointed. So tonight, in short, this special, we're going to be talking to some pretty great Hollywood guests with some amazing stories of their own. But first, let's focus on the Oscars Golden Statuette. Now, this baby is presented every year at the Academy Awards. It's coveted. Robin, they've been giving these away since when?
Well, Joe, it was first given out in 1929 at the Mayfair Hotel in Hollywood. This was first and one of the last years where all the nominated films were silent films. Wings, Sunrise, The Crowd. Classics that very few people have seen.
Because there's no sound or what?
Right. There usually was a live organ played along with the film at each theater, but these films use title cards or subtitles to show dialogue, which I happen to love.
That does not surprise me. Kathleen, this event originally was organized by Louis B. Mayer, who at the time was the head of the huge MGM studios in Hollywood.
Yes, and this is where our mystery begins. If you've seen the statue of Oscar, it looks like a faceless, kind of sexless gold Ken doll holding a sword standing on a reel of film.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of art.
Yes, it is, but what we're trying to prove is that the Academy Awards and the Oscar Statuette were actually a marketing ploy to sell a product made by a distant cousin of Louis B. Mayer, Oscar Mayer, the Wiener King.
The Wiener King, Oscar Mayer. So that was hot dogs.
Oscar Mayer wieners, to be exact. There's hints of an underground wiener cult at this time that goes all the way back to Egypt and the ancient kings. In fact, one of the unidentified items recovered from King Tut's burial site was what some experts say was a mummified bottle of mustard.
That is incredible. For those of us that don't know, what is a wiener cult?
Good question. We believe that for centuries it was believed that wieners, or as we call them today, hot dogs, were a source of great power. In those days, the hot dogs were made from camel.
I've had buffalo burgers, ostrich legs, but I've never had camel.
I haven't either. Kathleen, have you ever had camel?
I have not.
They probably taste like what?
Chicken.
That's right. I'm guessing. We don't know. We don't know. Kathleen, you're suggesting that this American family was perpetuating the Meyer family, the big Meyer family in America, was perpetuating the wiener cult in Hollywood and all across the meat counters of America?
Correct. And I don't normally do this. Normally I have a lot more research before I come to you, but we've seen that the early version of the Oscar Statuette looks suspiciously like an Egyptian sausage prince. So
Wow.
that's enough evidence if you ask me.
Egyptian sausage prince. Now that sounds ridiculous. Explain that a little bit.
Well, if you look at a photograph of the surface of Mars beamed back from the satellite, Mariner 9, from back in 1971, you can see a similar design on the planet. Many people believe that ancient Egyptians have strong ties to alien heritage.
Well, yeah, I've certainly understood that. Hey, this is a treat. On the phone, we have Eddie Pataski. Now, he's a film and television Steadicam operator. You've probably heard of him. Hi, Eddie. Can you explain for our listeners just exactly what a Steadicam is?
Sure. It's a camera movement stabilizer created by a guy by the name of Garrett Brown in the 1970s. He needed a way to have smooth moving shots over long distances, and this is a rig you have that allows you to walk or run while filming the action and still have a rock steady shot. You've seen his early work when Rocky Balboa climbs the Philadelphia steps in Rocky or in The Shining. I'm actually known as Steady Eddie Pataski in the trades.
Because you're so smooth.
I have too many credits to list, but I'm sure you've seen my work in the horror movie The Mermaid versus the Zombies.
No, I haven't seen that one, Eddie.
That film was interesting because we ended up having 4 different people play the mermaid Ariel, who we had to call Madge because of the copyright issues. Anyway, we made her fins from real northern pike tails so that the zombies could actually eat her tail. But the problem was the actors playing the zombies were a little too zealous in their roles, and some of the actresses' toes got bit clean off.
That is unbelievable. That had to hurt.
Yes, but in this case, we didn't have a big budget for fake blood, so the actress's injuries actually added some nice color effects in the water.
That is super industrious. I appreciate that. I've always known the actresses that were playing Ariel, or Madge in this case, Madge the mermaid, they kept leaving the set, so they were like too injured to play the part?
Yeah, and so 3 different women played Madge the mermaid, and on the last day of shooting, we ran out of women. So we hired a guy who had been 4 times Male Carrier of the Year through rain, sleet, ice, snow. He already lost all of his toes to frostbite, so the pressure was off.
Wow, talk about a golden rainbow. That is nice. Here's the thing I don't understand, John. I've seen a lot of horror films and I've seen a lot of zombie films. I've never seen a zombie swim. How does that work?
Well, in fact, their sloughing off skin kind of creates fins that makes them very fast swimmers. You put an Olympic swimmer against a hungry swimming zombie and there's no contest. Zombie gets the gold.
Wow, that's incredible. Eddie, on this episode of Ancient Ways, we're trying to connect the Oscar Statuette to his wiener cult. And you, by chance, just happened to work on a film called The Sausage King?
The Sausage King of Coward County, yeah, great film. Really good food service, too.
Yeah.
You know, on that film, which wasn't about Oscar Mayer, but about a guy named Ludwig Cleaver who built an empire out of knackwurst shaped like artillery shells, he called them Dubang und Brat.
Whoa.
He was ruthless, but he made a good knackwurst. Great film.
I haven't seen it. Have you seen that, Rob? Kathleen?
One of my favorites.
Wow, okay. Now, as you look over this year's Oscar nominations and all the films, what film had the best Steadicam work?
Oh, hands down, 1917, which was all about trench warfare. Basically, the film is one long, steady shot.
Oh, so you like the Steadicam?
Yeah, that was fine, but what I really liked was a scene where the fighting stopped on Christmas Eve long enough for the opposing sides to eat a meal together, and it brought a tear to my eye. They shared Dubang und Brats and beer. I couldn't believe it.
So that's cool to hear that they were actually going for the delicious sausage. So what are you working on now, Eddie?
I just got back from Bangladesh where I filmed Gandhi on ice.
Whoa.
Kind of a Hans Christian Andersen take on the Gandhi legend. He was a heck of an ice skater. To see him lutzing majestically down the Ganges River, beautiful sight.
Hey, we'll be looking for that. Eddie, good talking with you as always, and I wish you luck in the future.
Bangladesh has ice?
I guess we'll have to find out. Hey, this is a rare treat. On the phone is legendary Fort Wayne television anchor Melissa Long. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Robin. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi.
You know, we actually used Kathleen in an interview in 2015, which was my last year on the air.
Yes, that was at Headwaters Park. There was some UFO sightings over the ice rink there. I was investigating it. Turns out it was just swamp gas from the river.
Yeah, well, you know, the point is, whether it was true or not, it got great ratings, and that's what matters. And they bought into that. They called the ice rink Area 51 Gateway. You know, whatever puts the eyeballs on.
That's right. Now, I asked you on the show because I know you're an actress. You've got tons of acting credits at local theater. Who knows what else under your belt. But what a lot of people don't remember or know that you've also acted in at least one film. In fact, the film you acted in was alongside Hollywood legends David Carradine and Mariel Hemingway.
That's right. I had a part in that film. It was called American Real. It was shot by Mark Archer here in Fort Wayne, and WPTA Studios was used for part of the filming. That was in 2002.
But what was your connection to David Carradine? Now, did you two share a big scene?
I kind of did. Got him coffee the day before filming one day. But in a classic pivotal scene where I play a reporter, his entourage passes me, and he does throw out the word grasshopper as he walks by. So, you know, I'm just saying.
That's incredible.
I think we had a little connection there.
Haven't seen it, but this is a great opportunity to watch the Archer film, American Real. And here's the scene right now, Melissa. We're going to take a look at her.
Okay.
You can't get in, they can't get in, but we've got the hot ticket to give you the inside scoop on tonight's album release party, reminiscent of the golden age of Hollywood. A party thrown by star manager Jason Fields for the highly touted band Dry Member.
Jason.
This is surreal, grasshopper.
They think, therefore we are.
Wow, that was incredible. Not only did his entourage jostle you, but, wow. Mariel Hemingway, is she a tall lady? Did you happen to stand next to her? Because you're no slouch yourself.
Yeah, I'm 5'10", and she is almost my height. She's very tall. And they all are so much thinner in person. She was very sweet.
Now, I know David Carradine's father, John Carradine. Now, did David or John or brothers Keith or Robert, did any of them win any Oscars, Melissa?
Keith actually got a Best Song Award in 1975 for his song I'm Easy from Nashville, if you recall.
John Carradine, he didn't win an Oscar, but got a Daytime Emmy for his portrayal of Umbrella Jack in an after-school special. I watched that with my son Jake. He still imitates Joey Lawrence as young Billy in the movie. The guys won't play with me anymore. It kills me.
The guys won't play with me anymore. Did you know that?
Wow, I'm tearing up now, Robin. Just imagining Jake. Yeah. Now, Melissa, I'm just wondering, you have a couple boys. They're probably in their mid to later 20s or something.
Actually, my older boy's 32 now, Joe. So, time flies. Yeah, and my younger one's 28. But if they watched the after-school special, I wouldn't know because I was always at work. So I'd have to connect with one of my sitters.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I understand. Hey, Melissa, you stepped away from the cameras in 2015, which was basically, I think they just made it, the Melissa Long Day in Fort Wayne. You were probably handed, I don't know if you were handed a key to the city or what, but...
And I will miss you. And to you.
I'm sure you're still very active. What's next for you? What's going on?
I'm doing a youth theater play right now. It's about Martin Luther King, and I play a reporter.
No.
I know. It's, I can't get away from it.
Stretch.
It is a stretch, and I've had to have intense rehearsals. But I did a film in LA a couple years ago, and I'm not sure what's next for that. It'll probably go straight to video also. One of the guys that's in it with me just got an HBO comedy special. So, yeah, so I'm still doing a lot of volunteer work in town here and love Fort Wayne.
Well, hey, Melissa, it is good to talk to you.
Well, thank you so much for letting me be part of your special Oscar podcast. Bye, guys.
Okay, so finally, late in the podcast, here is my pick for the Oscar winner for top film. Wait a minute, there's a phone call. Hello?
This is a BB Odiambo.
A noted cinematographer and Disney expert. BB, thank you for calling. I didn't know if I'd expect you or not. Because you call because you have a theory on Disney films and sausages?
That's correct. And first off, I love Disney. In fact, I'm in line at the Magic Kingdom right now. Hey, you little fink. Get to the back of the line. No cuts, no butts, no coconuts. Sorry about that, Joe. So, Disney pretty much owns every major studio in Hollywood now. Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Fox. And what many people don't know is that both Mickey Mouse and the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile show up in every film they release.
Seriously?
Yeah, BB knows his stuff. This has been well documented. MGM is a competitor to Disney, so they put Mickey subliminally in every film as a hero, and they have the Wienermobile as an enemy vehicle. The Force Awakens, you can see Mickey as a Jedi warrior in a battle scene, and Kylo Ren's Space Force includes the Wienermobile chasing a rebel soldier.
Seriously, I had no idea.
Oh, absolutely. Lucas and Disney both have a rich pedigree in Wiener-related product placement. In The Empire Strikes Back, many of the asteroids are actually hot dogs and buns. And in Beauty and the Beast, you can clearly see a Nathan's in the background of Belle's hometown. That's how subliminal and powerful what you watch changes who you are.
You know, I watched Ant-Man and Wasp and left the theater wanting to throw away my frozen hot dogs.
As I say, I love Disney. My wife and I go every year, but even I think the new Star Wars park in Orlando pushes the envelope. They have Jar Jar Binks choking on a hot dog in Oga's Cantina.
Now wait a minute, Jar Jar always gets thrown under the bus for his role, but you're saying he... I find that vindictive almost, but you're saying Jar Jar. What's he say?
Yeah, he says, "Excuse me, Yusa, I'm choking on a wiener." It's really kind of sad.
Some say that Jar Jar Binks was a parody of Oscar Mayer, but that's just a rumor.
BB, you've probably seen, or I hope you've seen, most of the films nominated this year. Who do you pick as the best actress?
Well, clearly the outstanding acting performance for a female character has to go to... Oh, hold on. We're finally getting to go into It's a Small World again. The line was huge. I'll catch you guys later.
Oh, okay, well... Kathleen, now, how do you sleep at night with all these conspiracy theories swirling in your head?
I try listening to the Moby Dick audiobook every night. Puts me right out.
Now, Kathleen, we haven't really got to it yet. What's your pick for Best Actress?
Yeah, you know, I really like...
Hey, knock, knock, knock. Hello? Hello?
Oh my gosh, my Uncle Cuban and Aunt Sylvia stopped by the studio. Hey guys!
Little Joey!
He's not so little anymore. Have you graduated college yet, Joey?
Aunt Sylvia, I'm 58 years old.
So you say. But did you tell everyone you suck your thumb till you are 15 years old, Joey?
Sylvia, don't embarrass the kid. He's sensitive. Joey, so tell me, do you still wet the bed?
Uncle Cuban, no, but thank you for asking.
You boys talk sports for a while. I'm going to pound some meat for dinner.
Okay, Aunt Sylvia, but remember, we're doing a show here, so...
Quiet as a mouse, Joey. Quiet as a mouse.
So, Uncle Cuban worked in Hollywood for many years, didn't you?
That's right, Joey. You know, I was a gaffer for the movies. Do you know what a gaffer is, Joey?
No, what is a gaffer?
A gaffer is the head electrician on a movie set. Very important role, all right? You can understand that.
That was
But did the Academy of Motion Pictures ever offer a best performance for a gaffer in a movie? No.
Uncle Cuban, I'd want to ask the difference between a gaffer and a best boy, but what is a gaffer?
So, Joey, it's a shame you don't know what a gaffer is, but let me tell you, a gaffer is it's a funny name, but it's actually the head electrician for a movie, okay? Very important role. However, isn't it interesting that the Academy for Motion Pictures and Sciences has never offered a best performance by a gaffer? Have they ever done that? No. Have they ever offered a pastrami and rice sandwich? Even that to me? No. You know who gets offered a pastrami and rice sandwich on set? Your friend and mine, Orson Welles. The fat tubbawad gets one morning, noon, and night. You know what they offer me? They say, hey, you know what, Cuban? Could you put a little electrical tape down on top of that quart of yours so Mr. Orson Welles doesn't trip over it on set? You know what I want to say? I said, you know what? If he weren't drinking so much of that Paul Masson wine that he's advertising all the time, maybe he wouldn't be so drunk on set and I wouldn't have to put down the electrical tape.
No.
But you know what? He was a wonderful man. He was a very, very good friend of mine. I loved him dearly. I haven't heard from him for a while. I hope he's doing okay, Mr. Wells. I just thought he was a great person.
He might have passed, but no, that's good. I didn't know you two were connected.
I hope he's well.
What's some other directors you worked for?
I was a lighting gaffer on many, many Corman films. Very respected.
Okay, so Roger Corman, he was kind of a schlock king, but you saying you worked for Corman?
No, Sid Corman. He made his money in designer lice combs.
So I've not heard of Sid Corman, the Lice King, either. Tell me about one of the films you made with him.
I was the third assistant gaffer on the third Valley of the Dolls film, Beneath the Valley of the Dolls. It's a great film. Amazing what you can do with $9,000.
But it had to be pretty glamorous. I mean, I know the Valley of the Dolls and Beyond the Valley of Dolls, which was written by film critic Roger Ebert. But I got to tell you, I still I haven't heard of Beneath the Valley of the Dolls. Who wrote this one? Aunt Sylvia.
Lived inside
Aunt Sylvia.
You know,
Uncle Cuban, could you shut her up?
Yeah, hey, Sylvia, I'm trying to talk here. Little Joey's doing an interview. Could you stop the pounding for a minute? So, you know,
I'm pounding meat here.
What?
I'm pounding meat here.
I know what you're pounding, but we can't hear you for all the pounding. Stop, for God's sakes, for 1 minute. Let me talk. It's the least you could do around the house. Let me talk every once in a while.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Who wrote Beneath the Valley of the Dolls?
Nobody ever heard of Joy. He was a sterno addict from Encino named Silvio Capistrano. You never saw him on the set much, but you know he'd be there because all of the empty sterno cans around. he was a real addict.
That is super sad. Wow. Aunt Sylvia, can you please pound that steak somewhere else?
I'm not going to justify this meat by calling it steak. It's tougher than new shoes.
Joey, listen to this. Once after shooting all day, we found out it was Silvio, the sterno addict's birthday. So we got him a cake with candles and everything. Well, he had so much sterno in his system, when he blew out the candles, basically, he became a human flamethrower. It was a flame trail 5 feet long. Burned the hair right off of Gloria, our makeup artist, who I'd had a pretty hot makeout session with the night before.
You are a player, but that is outrageous.
Yes, it is. You know, Gloria had to wear a toupee the rest of the shoot.
A toupee? Why not a full wig?
Well, it turns out the Gloria was actually a disgruntled ex-Marine named Steve. Yeah, a heck of a makeup artist, though, and let me tell you, quite a kisser. Woo!
Wow, but other than that, it had to be pretty amazing to work with, all those beautiful women on the set, though.
Yeah, right. Tell me that after the director tells you to put a tweeny light with a snoot between one of the sweaty Valley of the Dolls ladies for a love scene, then you tell me it's glamorous.
So, Uncle Cuban, what do you pick as this year's best picture?
Well, let me tell you, Joey. There's a saying around Hollywood this year that goes a little something like this. Missing's a lemon, E.T. is peachy, Tootsie's a pootsie, the verdict is nice, but Gandhi is dandy. I picked Gandhi to take it all.
Uncle Cuban, that was the 1982 Oscars.
Well, you know, Gandhi was a used car salesman in Jersey City before he was a peacenik, don't you? I bought a 1938 Plymouth P6 from him, and it turns out it was a junker, dookie. So I drove it back to the lot, and I tell Gandhi, hey, Mr. Mahatma, you sold me a lemon. And he says, lemon, schmemon, why don't you just go out on a hunger strike and cry? Well, let me tell you, I grabbed a muffler and gave him the old what's for. I knocked him clean out. He went back to India, and his toga was between his legs, and you could see the rivet marks on his face when he was in the news. That was me. Sylvia, when's that cube steak going to be ready? I'm famished. Sylvia, when's the cube steak going to be ready?
When I get my hands on a jackhammer, I'll let you know.
Hey, Uncle Cuban, Aunt Sylvia, thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, by the way, I spoke with an actor currently in Hollywood. He has some insight into this year's best actors and actresses, Mr. Corey Bogart.
Hello?
Corey, this is a rare treat. This is Joe Collins with Ancient Ways. We are taping our Oscar special, and I wanted to get your insight into the Oscar race, but specifically the best actor race.
Oh, yeah. Driver, DiCaprio, Murphy, De Niro. I've seen them all at the convenience store. Joaquin Phoenix, really a slurping man, eh?
So you're an actor. Corey, what films did you work on this year?
I really feel like I did some of my best work this year. I really found the part, disappeared into the character, so yeah, I'm proud. I worked on A Marriage Story, which is nominated for Best Picture.
Really? You worked with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson?
She is a doll, let me tell you. She really knows how to bring a party to the set, am I right?
Now, when you're around Scarlett, does she kind of show off? She probably has some guns from the Avengers movies. Doesn't she have some pretty well-developed muscles?
You know, I can't comment on that. I signed a non-disclosure agreement on set. What happens on set stays on set, am I right?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been there, but I'll take your word for it, Corey.
You're lost.
Hey, can you tell me specifically here about the actors? Did you meet Adam Driver?
Yeah, I was actually the stand-in for Driver. You know, it's some of my best work, I have to say.
For some of you at home that may or may not know this, Corey works in Hollywood mainly as a stand-in. And for those that might not know what a stand-in does, Corey, why don't you explain that to us?
Sure. Okay, first of all, they look for an actor or janitor or whoever can best channel his ambiance on set to play his character on set when they like set the lights and stuff. So I have a clip. I brought a clip with me. You'll see it. And they knew I could easily step into the role if he fell dead or something like that.
Can you describe the scene we're going to see?
Sure. Okay, in this scene, my wife, Scarlett Johansson, has just left the house after a major blow-up and had threatened to take the kid and leave. And they needed me to be really upset and like holding back lots of rage.
Wow. Well, all right, let's take a look.
I feel like that is some of my best work. I have to say, I'm super proud. I'm seeing an award in my future. I can hope. A boy can dream. Am I right? So, yeah.
I was riveted.
Yeah, riveted.
Yeah, that's one way to describe it. I can think of some better adjectives, but, to each their own. Tomato, tomato.
Hey, Corey!
What?
Hey! Scarlett Johansson's toilet's plugged again. Corey, get off your butt and get in there and clean up Scarlett Johansson's toilet. Use a plunger this time.
All right, I hear you. Damn. Okay, hey, I'm sorry. I have to go. I have to run lines with Scarlett. I'll see you later. I'm so sorry.
Corey's obviously super, super busy. Robin, I know you like cartoons or animated films. What's your pick for best animated film this year?
Yeah. Okay, a great field of films this year, but I have to go with...
Excuse me. Hello?
Yeah, this is, hey, is this Joe? This is Josh Palmer calling from Beverly Hills.
Josh Palmer, I was hoping you were going to call. Josh is an actor out in L.A. He works with many top films, many top actors every day. Josh, tell me, what have we seen you in?
Let's see, I was a tech guy in the show Criminal Minds. I was IT supervisor guy in that sitcom The Goldbergs. And I played a computer dude in the Young Sheldon show.
That's incredible. What that's telling me, Josh, is that you're just multifaceted. You're not like just playing one character.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's one of those things where you sort of get pigeonholed. Some actors are lucky to get to play a wide variety of things, and other actors get pigeonholed as I'm the brilliant character actor, or I'm the super handsome, talented leading guy. I'm not really interested in that sort of thing. So I'm really pleased with the path that I've been on so far. Yeah, it's going great.
If you ever get what I call the Don Knotts role offered to you, turn it right down.
Exactly.
Career suicide. So, what are you working on right now?
Gosh, so many things. Gosh, okay. I'm actually today I'm working with Joaquin Phoenix, who was so amazing in The Joker. I'm not sure if you saw that or not.
I haven't seen it. All I know is it just gets rave reviews and he looks outrageous. It received the most nominations, right?
Oh, yeah, it did actually, yeah.
That is so cool, Josh, that you actually make a living in Hollywood. I mean, out there's just so many beautiful people, great actors and pretenders that go out there. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, making a living and doing it and living the life. Like I said, Beverly Hills, LA. It's all about that hustle, making a living, yeah.
Hammer, Joaquin Phoenix at table 17 wants more organic creamer in his latte. Get off the phone with your agent and get to work.
Hey, be right there. All right, hey, sorry. This is the life I'm living and everything is great. Hey, look, I gotta go though. So good luck, and it was great talking to you, and I gotta get going.
That's just it. That's life on a film set. You just, you don't know when you're going to be called up. I don't know if he's called to makeup or what.
This is Ashley on Fashion Calling. So what you wearing?
Oh my gosh, this is a rare treat. Hollywood fashionista Ashley Bombay. This is amazing. Now, Ashley, I'm wearing some pants from Costco and a plaid flannel shirt.
Ashley, I'm wearing a Vera Wang gown.
How 1990s. Boring.
Ashley, I think you'll be impressed. I'm wearing the same outfit Patricia Hearst wore in the famous crime scene photo when she was part of the Symbionese Liberation Army. I got it off eBay.
Tell me more, tell me more.
It's authentic. It still has the gunpowder stains on the chest.
OMG, you rock.
I know.
Ashley is an insider in Hollywood fashion. What are the stars going to be wearing this year on the red carpet?
Well, scuttlebutt is that Billy Porter. That red carpet hound is coming in a Soviet-era Stalin office dress and carrying a sickle bag. But we'll see. Beyond that, we'll see a Louis Vuitton, Alexander McQueen, Tom Ford, but I'm looking forward to, and this is just a rumor, that Margot Robbie is going to show up in a Harley Quinn style long skirt designed by Stan Lee, but that's just a rumor. I don't know if he finished the pattern before he passed. Other than that, I'm hoping that Joe Pesci makes it good on his promise to wear a bullet-studded tux by Salvatore Ferragamo.
That is wild. Now, are you going to be reporting for E.T.?
Not E.T. They're so bourgeois. I'm the red carpet host for a new show, Vain, Rich, and Tipsy. Super excited.
Thanks, Ashley. We'll be looking for that. What designer do you think we'll see you in?
Oh, it's a big surprise. But let's say it's a super feathery little red riding goose affair that will stop traffic. That is, I mean, if my allergy meds kick in that night. Otherwise, I'm going with an old Givenchy dress that I received from Talia Shire in 2004.
Ashley, you've got some great taste. What's your pick this year for the best costume design among the film nominees?
I was blown away by the amazing designs in...
Miss Ashley, I'm here with the oil. Come and get it.
Oh, excuse me. My masseur is here. I'll put it on your table down by the wine and cheese. I gotta go. Toodles.
Well, we're out of time for this episode. This has been so much fun, and we didn't even get to the nominations. But we'll put some of the film clips online that Kathleen's Egyptian alien wiener cult theory illustrate. It's a powerful and disturbing collection of stuff. Then you decide for yourself, just like you're going to decide for the Oscar nominations when you see the films, or if you've seen them, let us know what your vote is. Kathleen, thank you so much as always. You told me you had the Oscar Mayer's last word in your report somehow?
Yes, I do. It said, as he took his last breath and smiled up to the heavens, he said, "Never forget the wiener." And that was it.
Never forget the wiener. That's words to live by. Thank you as always. And Robin, thank you so much.
She's asleep.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I've always wanted to be. Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me.
Kick it to you just one time. Oh, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. That's right.
That is what I truly like to be. Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener,
everyone would be in love with me.
Yeah.
Get it out.
I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener.
That is what I truly love to be.
And if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener,
Everyone would be in love with me. I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to be. And if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener,